Oh my goodness, I think I figured it out. Let's switch a few things. Make it a little brighter. This is all new for me, so I apologize that it is a hot mess. If you are watching with me live, if you could let me know if you can see and hear me in the chat. I am going to try to watch for comments on my computer. Let's see. Oh, okay, there we are. Yay. This is all new, so kind of be kind and let me know. I'm trying to make it so that I can come alive. I'm trying to learn new things. So happy Catalog Day. It is May the 1st, and we are kicking off our new 2024-2025 Stampin' Up! Catalog today. So I just thought I would hop on and just come here and show you a few things we couldn't show you until now. So there are so many new people maybe that are joining us. If you've not heard the news, Close to My Heart is closing soon. And so we are welcoming some of their makers. That's what their term instead of demonstrators was makers. And we are so happy to have them in the family. So we might have some new viewers from that delegation of crafters. And I would just like to say, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy the content that I make. First though, I would like to stress that I am not here to hard sell you anything. I just want to welcome you in, and I would encourage you, if you've been working with a maker, please reach out to them. You are their customer, and we want you to make the transition with them. And so that is the way we do business here. We aren't out to just dig in and gain those sales. We just want to encourage you to join our crafting family and have a great time with all of us here in the demonstrator family. So here is the annual catalog. It's a little bit different. It's more of like a magazine. And so it is kind of, I don't know, if you read Real Simple magazine, it kind of feels like that. It kind of has that texture on the outside. It's still slick, but it's different. And you can see that I have all kind of little tabs and such on the side of mine. I'm so excited that I figured this out, and probably no one will be on here live with me, which might be a great thing. So yeah, just grab a beverage and grab your catalog if you have received one. If you are my customer and you have ordered from me in the last year, you should have received your catalog by now. If you have not and you feel that you should have gotten one, send me an email at sally@thepolkadotlife.com and I will get back with you about that. We'll double check your address, and if it is an issue with it coming from the ones that I paid for through Stampin' Up, I will just mail you one directly. Also, if you are my customer, be on the lookout. I have been busy in the craft room the last few days. I am preparing you a nice little packet of goodies for a class, a card class, and I will be sending you those supplies, and then I will send you a YouTube link for you to watch a video and make your cards at your convenience. I was going to do it live, but it is just such a busy time of year with ball games and all the things, graduations, showers, all those kind of events that typically happen in the spring. So I just thought it's better right now just to do it at your own pace. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to stand up and attempt to flip this camera down and around so that you can take a look inside the catalog. That is very unflattering. I hope to have some new software soon. I've been kind of playing with a few things, so Sorry, try to get my stand. I really hesitated on just talking to you directly, but I just wanted to say hi. I'm sorry for the shaking. We have to get that all kind of cranked into place there. And I might just scoot this back a little bit. Okay, so here you can see the cover of our catalog. It is so pretty. I really, really like it. Oh my, and I thought that I had my, see, in the playing, let me hook up my microphone to see if you can hear me now. If you can hear me, leave me a comment in the chat or say hello. And I think I'm the only one in the chat. So I'm just going to pull this microphone. I feel that you can hear me better, and we have a lot to talk about. So if I go back later and it didn't work, then I'll just record it and do it again and just upload it that way. But here is our catalog. This is a very different catalog. They have made quite a few changes in it, and I think they're great changes. I think it's just like anything else when we have a change that we need to just take some time and sit with it. And to be honest with you, I have been so engrossed with the product that I haven't even paid attention to all of the details in the catalog. I'm going to grab a drink here. Hopefully you'll have a beverage. I am having a orange crush drink packet with a little bit of coconut creamer in it. Kind of a dirty water recipe. So we'll see how it goes. Let's get this opened up. Let me just double check to see how that looks. Okay, perfect. You will just notice it's a much cleaner interior to our catalog. And I really like that. Of course, there are little notes from Sarah and Shelley here. And then you just want to keep going. I have a highlighter. You might want to grab one. Now, I also want to say what you highlight and what I highlight might be two different things. Everyone kind of operates at their own pace or style, I guess would be a better word. There are some things. There's a front index and then there's a back index. This is the front one, so it's in the first page that you flip open here. And then there is an index in the back that is pages 140 and 141, and those are kind of a categorical index. But there are some sections. There are step-by-step crafting, quick and easy, creativity, and then the index. And within some of these, there are even some categories. Oh, I think I have a friend. Hopefully you can tell me if you can see and hear me. Let me just take a look here. And I will try to remember to take a look off of my catalog and scroll for some comments or questions. If you have questions, just let me know. But these are just some of the areas that I wanted to focus on, and I wanted to be able to find easy, so I just put some highlight there so that it would draw my attention there. But this first section is called Step-by-Step Crafting, and I'm going to try to move at a pretty good clip here because there is a lot of ground to cover. And one of those things that fall into that category are kits, the kits collection. And there are some new products here that are current. These are all current, but these are going to change. And that is why you won't see any ordering numbers or information here with the kits, because they are all a different order number. They're different price points. Some of them have stamping, some of them are just assembly. I love that we kind of have a little toy one. It's a lot of fun, but this is ever changing. Our inventory is ever changing. We don't know how long a kit will last, whether it will get replenished, whether it won't. Stampin' Up! Has told us though, and it has been true so far, that in 2024 they are going to introduce 2 new kits each month. And so I really like that. That is different from the paper pumpkin. Paper pumpkin is a surprise when you get it. It is a monthly subscription. Of course, you can cancel it, skip a month, all of those things. You can prepay, you can just do it month to month, but it is a nice surprise to get in the mail every month. And they have really upped their game from when I joined Stampin' Up! 5 years ago. It's come a long way, and the quality I just feel has gotten so much better. But they are both great kit options. They're great for travel. They are great to send. If you have a teenage, college girl in particular, or if it's a male that enjoys crafting, I am all about that too. But in particular, those young teenage and college age girls really enjoy doing these. I think that we get so focused on technology and different academic pressures and sports that we forget to feed that side of them. And so this is a great option. So going from the kits to this quick and easy section, this is a lot of fun. This is new, and we got to play with some of the things when we were at Houston, on stage. And so it is just so much fun, and it just talks about just some different things. So you just kind of want to curl up with your catalog if you've just received it. I know my daughter just received hers like 2 days ago, and just browse. This is a great page for beginners. If you are just starting, I would totally agree with this, although if you want to get stamp pads, I really like the big ones better. But if you are on a budget and you can't do that and you just want to start with a lot of colors, you could do that through Stampin' Spots. But I would rather suggest that you just concentrate on buying a color family of ink pads and go from there. But speaking of which, if you are interested in joining Stampin' Up, it is a no pressure zone. I do not call and harp you. If you want me to be with you, if you want to build a business, that's fine. I'll walk with you with that and help coach you on that. But the majority, most people that join Stampin' Up do not do it as a business. You are just a happy discount shopper. You start out with a 20% discount and you can earn up to 25% and then get some other incentives along the way. It's just a great happy family. There are some small minimums that you have to maintain every quarter, but let's really be honest, we're spending probably that much on our craft supplies anyway. But right now, during the month of May, there's a great joining special, and I will cover that more in an upcoming video and or post somewhere on my social media. But there are some, it's like a regular great deal, and then you get a lot of the new in color products at no extra charge and not part of that, 100 and whatever, I think it's like $125 worth of products or something like that you get to choose. But that's in addition to that, so it's wonderful. And you can always email me again to get some more information directly for that too. But here is just some of this quick and easy. We have to start with cards and envelopes. These are really pretty. We got to play with these in Houston. And then there are different ephemera packs, which is where you punch them out. They're like little die cuts, and you can just adhere them to your card. You can mix them, match them with our other card supplies. So don't think that, oh, well, I'm not a beginner, I'm more of an avid crafter. You can absolutely incorporate this in with your crafting. And I love that they give us so many designs. Now they've made a suggestion of a stamp set that's called Simply Said. And that is, I believe that's a carryover. And it has some nice basic greetings. I could be wrong. This might be new, or else we've had one sort of named like that in the past. But this is a great starter sentiment kit, or stamp set, I should say. But look at all of these examples. And that's the one thing I really want you to take away from today, is that this is an idea book. This is something that you can keep. And if you're not feeling that creative juices, you're not just having that creative moment, you can just go here and pick a layout and start there. copy it exactly it is if you want to. But that just kind of helps us to get things going. Oh, yay. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that you are on with me. Stephanie is one of my very best friends and my upline, so I appreciate her hanging with me today. This is just such a great page here. These pages. Card sketches are another great way to get you started. If you are just having a minute or you have to make a card in a hurry and you just don't even have time to think about it, follow one of these card sketches. They don't give you measurements, but you can figure it out very easily and quickly using some scraps that you have. Sometimes it's not even a very big piece of cardstock or designer series paper that you need, but you can sub out. Like these show designer series paper, but you could use cardstock. You could use a different color cardstock here and maybe an embossed piece of cardstock here. These are all just suggestions and placements, and say maybe you don't have this punch or die. Just sub in a different shape. It can be a circle. It can be whatever. Different colors, different papers. I'm just going to speak because Stephanie and I craft together a lot. Stephanie likes the Regal family a lot. I am very rarely ever going to the Regal family. I'm going to go to the Subtles. But just because this is shown here doesn't mean that I can't make it or that she couldn't take her Regals and plug it in here. It's just an idea. I really, really think that's going to be helpful for a lot of folks. So when we turn the page, we have some other good stamps that are all occasion stamps. These are great for beginners as well as seasoned crafters. Actually, I put this one on my order this morning. We could order some items ahead of time, but we couldn't order all of them. So this is actually one that I picked up and put in my order today, because there are times that you just need a card, that you don't need a big whole set for that season or holiday or whatever, but this gives you a little sampling, and I think that's really fun. But again, look at all these layouts. 8 layouts just on this page alone. Now, let me scooch back here for a minute because I got so excited again about the product, I didn't even tell you. I went ahead and just have these little post-it flags. You can buy regular tags. I believe they, like 3M or Post-it, whoever make different ones. I just had these in my drawer, and I had a little thin line Sharpie that I went ahead and put my own little tabs here. I'm waiting. I thought about buying some, but you'll get to it here in a few minutes. We have a punch and die set that do tags and or tabs kind of, and that's what I thought I might use. So I started here, but I just marked this quick section. I marked the sketches, and see, you may need it differently, but for me as a demonstrator, these are some things that I want to be able to look at quickly. So let's go on here. We have memories and more cards, and this is it was originally started for our scrapbookers, but we use them as cards makers too. And I am so excited, like I say, circling back to that close to my heart. Stampin' Up! Has acquired some of their product line, and it's going to be slow coming out. But they have told us that we will be doing more with scrapbooking. And if you know me, you've known me for a while, you know that about getting close to 30 years ago, that's where I started my paper crafting, was scrapbooking. I was a consultant for another company, and that's what I did. And so I'm kind of exciting to revisit that a little bit. I had so much fun doing that. This I love. It is a really great designer series paper that you can cut out all these tags and things. They're just ways to help you save time. You can still make a tag by cutting out every little thing and making it from scratch, or this is just kind of the easy button for tags. Then it goes to creativity your way. And that's just really, this is where the fun creative stuff starts. So you'll see this tab I have listed as sweets. And If you have been a customer with Stampin' Up! For a while, you know that the sweets are kind of our bread and butter. Oh, yes, I love that too, Stephanie, that we can sub in our colors. My daughter, I won this paper in the prize patrol on stage. My daughter's like, Mom, you gonna give me that? I'm like, well, not really. It's brand new. I haven't shown it yet, but you can order it. And so she ordered this morning, but she loves all things lemon, and I knew she would love it. And the Mediterranean mix in with that just makes it so beautiful. I think that especially for the summer, I'm going to use this for a lot of my cards. Now you'll notice with the sweets, we have one number here that we can order everything that is included with the suite of products. The dies, the stamps, the papers, the embellishments, all of that. If you just want that, use this. I will tell you, just in the post-COVID world, how things are in and out of stock. So say perhaps these embellishments go out of stock. You can't use this number. You're going to have to put the bundle number in and the paper number in if you want to order those, and then wait till these come back in stock and order them that way. We don't do any back orders. It has just been a really good, solid business decision for Stampin' Up! Because they were spending so much money on shipping orders in multiple packages. So that is just one little caveat. You'll see that they list the colors used in the suite of products here. However, you'll find that oftentimes you can look at a paper and you will see many more colors that aren't listed. So you can make your own little palette by adding some colors to that. So this one is Take to the Sky. This was the first one that they showed to us at Houston. And it was so much fun. And my little grandson is all about the airplanes. So I cannot wait to dig in and get crafting with that one. I haven't broken into that one yet. Weirdly, I think this was one of my favorites that I am so excited to get it. And we couldn't pre-order this. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's a different palette of colors, and like I say, these aren't even the colors that I usually gravitate to, but I do like using some pumpkin pie for some things other than Halloween. So this has some nice embellishments. I think that this will be a very fun set, and I'm anxious to see what a lot of people do with this. This is Wildly Flowering. It has more of those muted, it reminds me of the colors of the 80s with the dusty rose and the blues. That's what this reminds me of. This has wild wheat in it. And if you are struggling with how to learn to like wild wheat, there are several options here. I don't think it was in any of the other ones, but it is in a few things coming up. And I have played with some new DSP and had some new color combos that I would have never dreamt of on my own, and I'm learning to really embrace and enjoy the wild wheat. This is, I got to see some of this paper. Some of my friends won this in Prize Patrol in Houston, and I am a bright girl, and so I'm really, and I love geometric, so I'm really excited to play with this. I did not order the bundle. I did order the ribbon and this, but that's the thing. You can pick and choose what works for you and what doesn't. Lily Pond Lane is another one of the suites. I want to say we have like 9 suites. Maybe I'm not counting, but this was not on my radar. I thought, oh, that's not for me. But again, in Houston, the demonstrator did a wonderful job at showing us different projects and ways to use these. And everyone, I think, was taken by surprise that we all loved it as much as we do. But lots of fun colors. Again, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, which those are 2 of the new in colors, by the way. Balmy Blue, Pretty Peacock, Granny Apple Green, and Gray Granite. That's not a combination I would have come up with. So I love that. Maybe even we don't have this set and we're not going to get this, but we can still take this palette and play with it and see what we can come up with. These are really cool. little embellishments, they have like a little crackle finish to them. I like those a lot. And this is the Thoughtful Journey Suite. And I do have this one. And this is the paper. I wasn't going to get it. And then I saw some demonstrators do some really beautiful things with it in Houston and online. And I decided to order it. And it is one that has really stretched me. It has. And I'm not usually this kind of impressionistic or watercolor, whatever you call it. I am not a trained artist, but that's kind of the words that I would use to describe that. But this color combo, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Wild Wheat, Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, and Fresh Freesia. But lately, what I have been using it for is with Petunia Pop. And I think that it's listed on the DSP. So if you want to know more about an item, just go to the polkadotlife.com and click that shop tab, and it will take you to my online store. Search it by color. I do that all the time. If I'm like, oh, what do I have? What comes in Wild Wheat that I can use as an embellishment or whatever? I will go there and I can search Wild Wheat, and it's going to pull up every DSP, cardstock, are there blends, what have you. It's going to tell you there. That is a great resource, and you can also make the pictures a little bit larger for things. Another thing to point out in this catalog, not everything is shown at 100%. They've done a great purposeful job to help demonstrators to make our catalog a little smaller, a little cheaper to mail. And so that's why some of our things are transitioned to an online only situation or an online exclusive product. So that is a good thing to know. This one is the Country Woods suite of products, and it is what we call a mega suite, and because it has 2 bundles. And this one I got to do for the after hours on stage event. And so I got to play with that one a little bit early, and I am enjoying this a lot. There are 2 paper packs in it as well. This is a great all wood. It's kind of a weathered wood look, and I like that it is coming in a 12 by 12 size. I am not a super big 6 by 6 paper girl, so I do like that it's in the 12 by 12 for a lot of our fun folds and different things like that. These are great for masculine cards, but they're great for feminine cards too. I will say this combo pack of ribbon is already on back order. I saw that from I think all the demonstrators hit that one hard and customers this morning. And so it will be back. Just know that you can't put in this big number, but you can put the individual things. And this is expensive. I'm not going to say that it isn't. You might need to break this one up and buy a bundle now and a bundle later or what have you. My rule of thumb is always to go ahead and get the designer series paper and get punches. Those seem to be the things that go on back order really quickly and take a little bit of time to come back in stock. This suite also has an embossing folder that's really nice. I've played with that. That's really fun. Oh, yes, Stephanie loves the wood paper. We discussed that this morning. Unbounded Beauty is another suite. Now, this falls in my wheelhouse. I love florals, and I love the pastels and the bright. So this is also a mega suite in the fact that it has 2 bundles. One is all images, and one is all sentiments as far as the stamp set goes. And then the dies are very, very nice. If you are new to Stampin' Up, if you see these ones that are solid, that means that it coordinates with a sentiment or an item here. So you'll see that this happy birthday fits in this one. And the best wishes fits in this one. And some of them make just nice little frames. You can layer them. There's a lot that this is just, even if you don't get anything else, maybe this color palette isn't your thing. These are great, great standalone dies. And we have some, do they call this shimmer? Yes, glimmer, sorry. we have shimmer, we have glimmer, we've had luster. But what I like about our papers that have that little bit of glitter isn't always the right word. It's not like big chunks. But anyway, when you rub it, it doesn't come off. And so you're not coating somebody's kitchen table and then they hate you after they open your card. So that's always a fun thing to know. I also have some different colored, my tabs are all in blue that I have started, but I have some yellow or some pink because these are my wish list. I haven't purchased this yet, but this is something I like. Or sometimes I'll just throw a flag on a layout that I want to try the next time. And so I just use my catalog. It's a workhorse. I will take it. We have a print shop here in town that's really, really good for taking it, and they will cut the spine off and spiral bound it and put a hard cover on the front and the back so that I have one, because I use mine a lot more than just an average customer would or an average crafter would. So mine takes a little abuse, but I will get that done. I might have to open a brand new one because I've really dog-eared this one already. But these are where our bundles start. And these are the new bundles. I love these two for a lot of reasons. They are basic. That makes me love them a lot. But you have a choice. Do you like a die or do you prefer punch? I like a punch just because it makes it fast, especially sometimes as demonstrators for classes or swaps, we are making multiples. And so a punch is just a lot faster. But maybe you have some issues with dexterity with your hands and you can't push. Sometimes you have to put a little pressure on those punches, and maybe a die works better for you. So I like that we have the options at both of these. So I love, this is labeled with love and keeping tabs. So this is the one I said, I was kind of waiting to see how I did with that because I thought, well, I can make some really pretty tags better than the ones I can buy at Walmart or Amazon. So I was like, I'm just going to wait because you can make floral ones and dots and stripes. I think those will be useful for a lot of things. I love too, Stephanie, that you can get both of those. Everybody has their reasoning for why. Dies are a little bit easier to store. They're just a little less bulky. Like I say, it's all personal preference. And I like that they are letting us do things our way. Kind of like the old Burger King commercials, do it your way. We will stamp our way. And I love that we have some animals. These are really cute. I think that this was one of the favorite of everyone that attended on stage. The presenter, she did such a great job. In fact, she was hilarious. She could have been a stand-up comedian. And we have all requested that she be a presenter every year. We liked it that much. And she showed us some ways to use this that just were super, super fun. And here we have these to help you if you like to do gift cards or pocket cards, or just even, this is just a little happy card that you just have little sliders that pull out of there. This is just too good for some of those occasions that don't generally get picked up on a stamp set. So engagements, graduations. Now we do have a cupcake, but that can be birthdays. That can be all kinds of celebrations. This set here, and I ordered this morning. I need to go back and look because I started ordering at 10 minutes of 5 this morning, so I can't all remember exactly what I did. I think I just got the dies. I'm not sure if I got the stamp set or not, but my thoughts were with the dies, they could be standalone. And when you see all these created, these are so fun. These will be great for decor, for parties, all of those things. And let's be very honest, we hoard our designer series paper. And so this is just a fun way to get to use that and get to see a lot of it and mix it and match it, use it together. So I think that will be a lot of fun. But these can certainly go on cards. There's nothing, this one, you could decorate on your cards, obviously. But I think that these could be used with any of the other things that we have in the line. And again, I like this little baby set. This was another great one that we saw demonstrated at Houston. It was fun. Michaela, and I can't ever say her name, I think it's Tithridge. She did a presentation via video, and it was wonderful. These are just some fun ones. This one made me laugh out loud, but you definitely would have to be of a certain age to appreciate it. My children talk about the remote control, and I said we were the remote control. Get up and change the channel. And we only had 3 to change to, so that really wasn't that big of a deal. We always usually have butterflies. I love those. Those are so pretty. And there's a butterfly in this one. This was the other bundle that you could purchase for the pay to play in Houston, the after hours. And I was the only one at my table that had the other set for quite a while. Some ladies came in toward the end and sat down and played with it, but everybody was like, oh, they all got this one. And it wasn't really probably because of the stamps. It is the dies. These are gorgeous, gorgeous dies. Now, they didn't have any machines. We couldn't cut with anything. So I did get to see a lot of stamping with this. And this stamps beautifully. It's very soft and muted, and it's wonderful. I love it. And then we have some new, this is the new Lovely as a Tree replacement. And so this page in particular, masculine, man card friendly, but it wouldn't need to be. I know several ladies that really enjoy nature and being outside that would love to get a card like this versus a floral set. So don't ever let just a preconceived notion take over your mind. Here we have another sea side set, and Stephanie and I were talking about that. My daughter lives in Florida. Stephanie had spent some time in Florida, and a lot of people just love the beach, whether they live in Florida or whether they live in Iowa. It's especially probably those people in Iowa come January would love to have a beach card. So I think that this is fun. And this is a hybrid embossing folder. And so you will see here, let's just make a little highlight here. When you see this little bracket here, that means this die cuts out more than one at a time. So that's going to be a die that's shaped like, you know, with 3 seashells, but it's all welded together. And then it's going to kind of snap or slip in the groove in this embossing folder. And then you put your paper in there, and it is going to emboss it and cut it all at the same time. Or you can just cut with it, or you can just use the embossing folder. The hybrids are so fun to play with. Then here we go to the Encore section. These are all the bundles that have carried over, and there are a lot of really good favorites. Love this ice cream set. Oh, sadly, the paper for this did not carry over, but the stamp set did. This is another fun one. If you've looked at my channel, you'll know that I have some videos using this. This is a great one for the outdoor cards and for Christmas. That's a good one to invest in. And that's just a good way to just do basic things. I don't tend to keep a lot of retired product just because of demonstrating purposes. But if you want a demonstrator, this is one I would suggest that you get and put in your arsenal because trees never go out of style. So many favorites here. So many good ones. And then back here we transition to the stamps only. So these are both carried over. So these are single, they don't have dies to go with them, but these are ones that are carried over. And then there's some new and some old sprinkled in here. Now this one, there is a die set back here. I'm not sure why that's back here, but it is on back order. I wanted to order it this morning, but I couldn't do that. So I'll just have to order again. But I love a lot of these, just things that you sit and look at and you think, well, I don't need that stamp. But then you look at some of the things they've done with it, and they're great. I can't wait to play with this one. We are a racing family, and this is probably making Stephanie laugh. Oh, yes, I love the hybrid folders too. But we are a racing family, and so I just thought for cards for my grandson and birthday cards and all of those things. And just in our house, it's a random Tuesday night you can find racing on at our household. And I love these scenery ones. I'll say that these challenge me. I am not always the best at landscapey kind of cards, but I might have to play with that at some point. And we have background stamps. We got this in Houston as one of our Prize Patrol gifts, so I'm excited to play with that one. And then this page highlights some of the $1 million stamp sets. I don't know if it's all of them. I think maybe you can go on the website and search $1 million sets and you can see if it brings it up. But I ordered this one. I really loved this image. I love ones that have scripture in them. Stephanie and I both send a lot of cards to our church family, and we just are both very adamant about spreading the love of Christ to others through our cards. And so I went ahead and ordered that one. Now this is also really another nice one too. Here we have some storage. I use these for my for my ink pads, my markers, my blends, all of those things, my refills. I have a whole system with these. I have a tower for each color family. Of course, if you are into a direct sales company, this is a great one for you. And I love this one. I did order this one because I was like, wow, that is so simple, but it's so stunning. And again, I had so much designer series paper left from the catalogs that retired, and I just need to use it more. And I often forget we can stamp on that designer series paper. It is not just for fun folds or things like that. We can stamp on it. And I thought, oh, this would be great stamped and then embossed. That would be really fun. We have these paper butterflies. Now, some of these things are sprinkled in. These butterflies were carried over, and so they really don't fall into a category necessarily, but there are just things sprinkled in. And if there's something you're not sure about, like I say, just go on my shopping website and you can just Google it there. Not Google it, but you can search it there. And here we go into more of our, let's see here. Oh, this is one I thought I would like to have on my wish list as well. This is more into the memory keeping. But I ordered this set because why not? It's so cute. And I love this saying, you make me feel like glitter in the sun. So that one just made me smile. And I thought sometimes these get overlooked back in this section. But I do love the memory keeping. I don't really like the memories of more card things. That's not my style. I'm more of a 12 by 12 card or album kind of girl. But they all have their place. And like I say, some people just need it to be super quick and easy, slide it in the pocket. And other people want to take their time and be more creative. And there's no right or wrong. I'm just happy we have both options. Now, our basic white and very vanilla options are here. The thick is now only available in the white. I don't really know why, whether it just wasn't selling in the very vanilla, but at least we still have our very vanilla. And I'm hoping that maybe someday the envelopes will come back in very vanilla as well. I'm going to grab a quick little drink here. This is one that I didn't notice the first several times through the catalog. It is a wood textured paper. And it looks like it's a white, maybe with a metallic. I can't tell whether it's metallic or maybe a gray granite or basic gray. But you can see it used here where they've blended it. And they're coloring it in to go with whatever project that they're working on. And then tools are kind of sprinkled through here. The scoreboard is here. Blending brushes. They're just kind of scattered here and there. A lot of these are the line art stamp sets. So if you like to color with your blends, or some people like to do the Stampin' Write markers. If they're really small, I will use a Stampin' Write marker, but I really like the smoothness that the blends give us. or you could use your watercolor pencils also. But I just thought some of them are a little, some are a little bit more geared towards children, but not all of them. I love that we have adults here as well. And I love that. I just was thinking about a tire swing the other day. And then again, more airplanes. I ordered those this morning. But I love just a non-traditional graduation card. I love that too. And these are ones with all different kinds of shoes. And then they've also, now I didn't tab mine this way because it's not really an important thing for me to put a tab on it about, but one section is to do it by occasion. So if you are needing to make some invitations, here's a section where you can go and see some things that they suggest. These for save the dates, you're invited. I'm telling you, wedding stationery is expensive. And I think that is just a beautiful, beautiful piece of stationery there. And then just ones for homes, and I like this one. Thank you for your hospitality, and from our home to yours. I have a little issue sometimes with all of the sentiments that are I this, I that. If I'm sending a card, it's getting signed by myself, my husband, my son. It's very rarely just me. So there's that. This countryside in paper has carried over. There actually are some DSPs that have carried over this time. That's really not normal for us. And so I'm glad that we're getting a chance to play with things a little bit longer. Here we have the metallic section. They have put all the metallic products as far as papers on this page. And then they do have some gems here too as well. I don't know if that's all of the embellishments. We sometimes have a little bit more in the embellishments that are metallic. And like this is showing the everyday details over here for this stamp set. That has carried over. And those dies are wonderful. And I'm not sure they're in the Encore section. I think they're in the online exclusive area. So you just have to go there and just look around and see what's there. That's the only piece of advice I can give you there. Here are some ribbons. If you know me, I love my textiles. So they had a whole wall of just the ribbons. Color ribbon is really pretty. It's nice. I'm a little bit curious about this. I'm not sure how I'll use it. It's kind of thick, but I did order it. And they had it in Houston on the wall, and it was kind of curly. So I thought that just might be a new alternative for some gift packaging. But I'm not going to limit myself to that. We'll have to see what we can come up with there. And there are some returning favorites as well. I know that black and vanilla check is carried over. I think that this Night of Navy, no, that's Pretty Peacock. There's this Night of Navy. I think that one is carried over. This is definitely carried over. And then we have all kinds of embellishments, and some are on back order already, but that just is kind of the way things go. And so you just have to keep checking back, and you can email me if I know of a projected date for something that you're looking for. Sometimes they have an idea for us, and sometimes they don't. Here we have all of the adhesives under sticky business. I thought somebody really did a good job in the catalog department there. But these will tell you just a little bit about each one. I'm going to tell you this is more heavy duty. This is pretty heavy duty, and this is heavy duty. If you are doing 3D projects, you need to at least have these two. Sometimes this will work, but these two always usually work. And just all kinds of fun things. And the adhesive sheets are great when I remember to use them. I like those a lot too. And then we have the dimensionals, but we also have the strips, and we have the sheets. If you want to just cut out your whole image as a die cut or whatever and have it popped up, we also have that option. I will tell you, this is not my first love. It's a little bit loosey-goosey for me. if you get messy with this, you definitely don't want that. I'm going to just always keep it real and tell you. And then here is like the watercoloring technique section. And so when you're doing something with water, you want to use StazOn ink for your black ink. And then when you're working with alcohol blends, you want to use your Memento. But these are just some different stamp sets. We have spritzers and chalks and all these things that if you want to get a better glimpse of those, just you need to pull them up online. You can read a little bit more about them there. And this is another great, Stephanie, I don't know if you've looked at this. This is another one, Grateful Blessing. Thank you for your prayers. You're such a blessing. You are loved. I'm grateful for you. I think that's a really nice set. And then here are some add funds to your card. Add fun to your cards. Great ideas. Do fun folds. Do a little peekaboo area. Make a slider card. Ones that have some movement in them. And see, I've played with this with sticky fingers, so I've got it sticking together. But these are all about shaker cards, different ways. Use your dies. If you don't like doing the embellishments, just cut your own with lots of different sets or punches to do that. I love that idea. And then this talks about window sheets. We do still have window sheets. It's online only, I think. I'm not sure that I've seen it in here. And then it talks about masking. We have masking papers. We have a brayer. So a lot of things, if you see it pictured, it just might not be listed. You just might have to go to the website and poke around for it a little bit. And we have different embossing things. We have heat embossing. We have our embossing paste. This is fun to get a little bit messy. Stephanie doesn't necessarily love to get messy with this, but I do. And then here we have our embossing folders. I'm going to tell you I got this one and this one. I don't know about the sizes of some of the other ones that we can order early. These two are huge. I was trying to describe them to Stephanie and I was like, you just don't understand how big they are. I didn't measure them, but I'm thinking that maybe they are more for a 12 by 12 scrapbook page is what they were designed for, because they are larger than a card front, definitely, 100%. But that doesn't mean that we can't take them and cut them down and use them for our cards. And then we have some more hybrid embossing folders here. But see, I'm like I say, I'm doing some of those cards for my customer, and I think that this is going to be one of my layouts. Just how simple and uncomplicated is that? I just love that layout, and you can just take it. Now I can't send a stamped image per Stampin' Up policy, but I can make that shape, and then I can do something paper piecing or a larger suggest that they use a larger sentiment that they have in their stash. It's just very basic and uncomplicated, and sometimes that's just the kind of card that I'm in the mood to do. And we have all of the Stampin' Right markers here. They come in color families. We have the natural tone blends. This is where you'll find that in the numbers for the black ink, the Memento. This was such the hit. This is what had everybody talking in Houston. They gave us as demonstrators a printed one that you can hold in your hand, a color wheel. And it has these different types of ways that you use the color wheel printed on them, and they're wonderful. So you will have a copy in your catalog, but they are going to print these and print them and manufacture them. They have not given us a specific date. They're just hoping that it's by the end of the year. So that if that's something that interests you, you'll just have to make do with this one for now. But then you can have your own handheld one that rotates and whatnot at the end of the year. And here we have some color collections. these are the subtles. And then, just the different color families. And it's going to tell you, does it come in the 8.5 by 11 cardstock? Does it come, well, I guess every one of them every color family has a sampler kind of pack, or at least here it is, the assortment. And then some of them have the 12 by 12 card assortment. And then there's always a designer series paper each year, and that's available in each of the color families, and they're always really nice. But it goes through and it gives you the numbers. You just have to follow the chart down of what is available. Not every color comes in the blends, so usually the ones that are really dark, like the basic gray, it would be really dark. We do have black, very rarely use it for like tires or something like that, but that's about it because they are very, very dark. I usually end up going with a gray color because the others are just so dark. You kind of lose that line in there. But back here is the index. And so this is going to be your friend. It's a little bit different, but after having it for a little bit, I do enjoy it. I like it. It's helpful to me. Like, it has all the dies. There's no longer photos of all the dies. This was part of their reducing the amount of paper that we were mailing and using and all of the things. It was to be green. It was to be less expensive. A lot of different things, inventory control. So it has all of the dies listed and the page number. And of course, like I say, you can always pop onto my website, click that shop tab, and you can just search for whatever. Just say, oh yeah, that's still here, or it's carried over, or oh, just search the word dies and it will bring everything, and you can see a picture of everything right there. It goes through with papers and all the sorts of things, everything, all the tools are listed here. And then it just talks to you again a little bit about joining the Stampin' Up! Family and some different legal disclaimers and the angel policy and so on. But I hope that you enjoyed this walkthrough. I hope it didn't take too much of your day, but I just thought it was a good way to look at that. You can always go to thepolkadotlife.com, and there's a catalog button there. You can click that to request the catalog, or you can go there if you like to read things digitally. I have this on all of my devices, on my iPad and my phone and all those sorts of things too. You can download a digital copy if you need to just see one right today and you don't have a hard copy. So that is a good option. So thank you for joining me. I hope that this was not too much of a hot mess. I've learned a little bit more about YouTube Live as we're going on here. Thank you so much. Oh, yes, Stephanie, I agree with that. I didn't think about the bigger folders would work for slimline cards. That's awesome. Yeah, I've probably added some things to your order. We were comparing notes about our wish lists earlier today. As always, remember to be kind, send a card, and do something creative. Bye-bye. Now I just have to figure out how to turn this off. How about that?